warrior class, the samurai. They lived by honor and steel, then watched the gun erase their world.
On the morning of April 25, 1185, the tidal currents of the Kanmon Straits determined the future of Japan. At the Battle of Dan-no-ura, a massive fleet of over 800 ships clashed in a grueling naval engagement between the rival Taira and Minamoto clans. As arrows blotted out the sun and armored warriors plunged into the churning sea, the Taira forces were annihilated, prompting the child emperor Antoku to drown rather than face capture. The sea famously turned red with blood and dye from the Taira banners. This cataclysmic battle was more than a dynastic dispute. It was a permanent pivot in Japanese history. It marked the definitive moment when power was torn from the refined aristocrats of the imperial court and seized by a rising provincial military class. For the next 7 centuries, the sword would rule Japan. The samurai, also known in Japanese as bushi, warriors, or buke, martial families, were the hereditary military nobility of Japan from the late 12th century until their abolition in the 1870s. Emerging in the 10th century, their civilizational category evolved from a tribal confederation of provincial guards into a highly structured military dictatorship governing the Japanese archipelago, a geographic core of roughly 377,975 square kilometers. At their demographic peak during the Edo period, 1603 to 1867, the samurai class numbered approximately 1.5 to 2 million, comprising roughly 5 to 8% of Japan's total population of 30 million. They are historically significant because they successfully institutionalized a martial government parallel to the imperial throne, dictating Japanese politics, law, economics, and cultural aesthetics for nearly 700 years. The samurai emerged during the Heian period, 794 to 1185, a time when Japan's imperial court in Kyoto neglected the administration of the rugged outer provinces. In 792, Emperor Kanmu abandoned the failing national conscription army, creating a severe security vacuum. Wealthy landowners established private agricultural estates, known as shogun, and hired armed retainers to protect their territory and collect taxes. These early warriors were called saburao, a verb meaning those who serve. While later traditions mythologize the samurai as noble swordsmen from their inception, historical evidence points to their origins as pragmatic mounted horse archers who functioned as private security forces and mercenaries. Over time, these local bands coalesced around charismatic leaders, claiming descent from offshoot branches of the imperial family, most notably the Minamoto and Taira clans. The collective identity and military strategy of the samurai were shaped heavily by Japan's unforgiving geography. Because only 15% to 20% of the mountainous archipelago was arable land, territorial disputes were frequent and fierce, demanding a class of professional warriors to secure agricultural wealth. Early campaigns against the indigenous Emishi people in the northern Tohoku region during the 8th and 9th centuries heavily influenced samurai tactics, forcing them to adopt mobile mounted archery rather than static infantry formations. Ideologically, the samurai were shaped by a synthesis of Shinto and esoteric Buddhism. Shinto provided a deep reverence for nature, ancestors, and the divine origins of their weapons, while Buddhism, particularly Zen, offered rigorous mental discipline and an acceptance of death that proved crucial on the battlefield. The samurai transitioned from marginal provincial guards to a recognized political force through a series of internal rebellions in the 10th and 11th centuries. When Taira no Masakado led a massive revolt in the Kanto region in 939, declaring himself the new emperor, the Kyoto court realized it could only defeat rebellious warriors by hiring other warriors. The true turning point occurred during the Hogun, 1156, and Heiji, 1160 rebellions, when rival factions of the imperial family hired the Minamoto and Taira clans to settle succession disputes. The samurai suddenly found themselves inside the capital, realizing that the aristocrats who gave them orders possessed no real power. Under the leadership of Taira no Kiyomori, the samurai seized control of Kyoto's politics in the 1160s, marrying his daughter into the imperial family and proving they could rule, not just serve. The definitive breakthrough moment that cemented the samurai as masters of Japan was the establishment of the Kamakura shogunate in 1192. Following the Minamoto clan's decisive victory over the Taira in the 5-year Genpei War, 1885, victorious commander Minamoto no Yoritomo made a radical, history-altering decision. Instead of remaining in Kyoto to be assimilated by court culture, he established his headquarters 400 kilometers away in the eastern coastal town of Kamakura. In 1192, the emperor formally granted Yoritomo the title of Sei-Tei Shogun, Great General quelling the barbarians. Yoritomo set up the Bakufu, tent government, an independent military administration assuming control of law and land distribution. This breakthrough fundamentally bifurcated power. Kyoto retained religious authority, but Kamakura held the absolute monopoly on military force. Over their 700-year reign, the samurai authored defining chapters of Japanese history. 1274 and 1281, the Mongol invasions. The samurai successfully repelled 2 massive invasion fleets launched by Kublai Khan. Aided by typhoons they called kamikaze, divine wind, the defense validated their rule and fostered a sense of Japanese national invincibility. 1467 to 1615, the Sengoku Jidai. The devastating Warring States period saw central authority collapse, leading to over 130 years of localized civil war. It drove massive military innovation, including the rapid adoption of matchlock firearms introduced by the Portuguese in 1543. October 21, 1600, the Battle of Sekigahara. In their most consequential conflict, Tokugawa Ieyasu defeated a coalition of rivals. Involving an estimated 160,000 troops, this massive victory united Japan and established the Tokugawa shogunate. 1603 to 1867, the Edo period. The samurai achieved their greatest administrative feat, engineering a 264-year period of internal peace. They closed Japan's borders and transformed themselves from battlefield warriors into an educated, bureaucratic aristocracy. Globally, the samurai are best known for their distinct martial culture, particularly the katana, a curved, single-edged sword renowned for its metallurgical perfection, which became revered as the soul of the samurai. They are equally famous for Bushido, the way of the warrior, a moral code emphasizing absolute loyalty and honor unto death. Outsiders, beginning with Portuguese missionaries in the 16th century, were struck by the samurai's paradoxical nature, terrifying battlefield ferocity coupled with profound aesthetic refinement. Later cultures romanticized the samurai as noble, unwavering swordsmen. However, modern historians note that Bushido as a formal philosophy was largely codified during the peaceful Edo period, most notably in Yamamoto Tsunetomo's Hagakure, 1716, as a nostalgic attempt to enforce discipline on a warrior class that had not seen war in generations. The internal life of the samurai was heavily structured by a synthesis of Zen Buddhism, which provided mental focus, and Neo-Confucianism, which stressed absolute loyalty, filial piety, and rigid social hierarchies. During the Edo period, the Tokugawa regime enforced a strict 4-tiered class system, Shi no ko sho, samurai at the top, followed by farmers, artisans, and merchants. The samurai were legally distinct. They alone were permitted to carry 2 swords, daisho, and possessed kiri-sute gomen, the legal authority to execute a commoner for perceived disrespect, though severe bureaucratic inquiries meant this was rarely exercised. Women in samurai families originally held significant property rights and occasionally martial roles as onamusha, female warriors. However, as Confucian ideology deepened in the 17th century, women were relegated to subservient domestic roles. Ordinary samurai lived mostly on fixed stipends, measuring their wealth in koku, roughly 150 kilograms of rice. Despite their romanticized legacy, samurai history is fraught with extreme brutality and systemic flaws. During the Sengoku period, samurai armies frequently engaged in massacres, village burnings, and the eradication of religious sects, such as Oda Nobunaga's destruction of the Enryaku-ji temple complex in 1571, which left thousands dead. The seeds of their decline were planted during the Edo period's long peace. Because samurai were banned from commercial trade, their fixed rice stipends lost value against a rising currency-based merchant economy. By the 19th century, a vast majority of the 2 million samurai were impoverished and indebted to merchants they theoretically outranked. The final crisis arrived in 1853, when American warships forced Japan to open its ports. Recognizing their feudal structure was defenseless against industrial powers, lower-ranking samurai instigated the Meiji Restoration of 1868. Following the 1876 Haitarai Edict banning public swords, the samurai era ended in blood during the failed Satsuma Rebellion of 1877, where 20,000 traditional samurai under Saigo Takamori were decimated by a 300,000-strong modern conscript army. The samurai left an indelible mark on Japan's national trajectory and cultural DNA. Politically, they engineered the centralization and urbanization of Japan. Their regional fortresses grew into massive castle towns, and by 1721, Edo, modern Tokyo, boasted a population of over 1 million, making it one of the largest cities on Earth. Their patronage permanently shaped classical Japanese arts, including the highly ritualized tea ceremony, Chanyu, Zen rock gardens, no theater, and ink-wash painting. Most consequentially, when the samurai dismantled their own privileges during the Meiji period, they did not simply disappear, they transitioned into the modern bureaucratic, industrial, and military leadership of Imperial Japan.
The discipline, administrative network, and educational emphasis established by the samurai provided the institutional foundation that allowed Japan to rapidly industrialize and emerge as a global power in the early 20th century.
Today, the samurai occupy a monumental space in global popular culture and national memory. They are the subject of thousands of films, novels, and video games, with Akira Kurosawa's cinematic masterpiece, Seven Samurai, deeply influencing Western filmmaking. Castles like the UNESCO World Heritage Site Himeji Castle stand as architectural monuments to their reign. However, their legacy is also heavily politicized. During World War II, the Japanese imperial government hijacked the mythology of Bushido, weaponizing the samurai ideal of self-sacrifice to motivate kamikaze pilots and justify brutal imperial expansion across Asia. Active debates persist among modern historians who continually work to strip away the romanticized veneer to reveal a highly pragmatic, deeply flawed, and politically complex social class. In contemporary times, echoes of the samurai ethos, particularly intense institutional loyalty and stoic dedication to duty, are frequently cited as lingering influences in Japanese corporate culture. The story of the samurai is one of history's most profound examples of adaptability and survival. They began as rough provincial mercenaries fighting in the shadows of an aristocratic court, rose through bloody civil wars to become the undisputed military dictators of a nation, and ultimately transformed themselves into the educated bureaucrats who oversaw centuries of peace. Their greatest paradox is that their deep devotion to preserving Japan eventually required them to dismantle their own existence, stepping aside to allow their nation to survive the modern industrial age. Their rise, reign, and legacy reveal the dual nature of human ambition, capable of immense violence and rigid oppression, yet equally capable of extraordinary aesthetic beauty, unwavering discipline, and profound self-sacrifice. They leave behind a complex, enduring mythology, proving that while their swords have long been sheathed, their spirit remains an irreplaceable pillar of Japanese identity.